Have you ever wondered why?
When?
How much?
What if?
Well, you're in luck, because you're listening to the Hypotheticast.
3 best buds.
On a mission.
To ask all the questions?
And get all the answers.
I was born with both guns blazing, and I do think I'm amazing. You got the dignity to feel a little about yourself. I don't care what your preacher says, I got my own vicious ways. Only got one command and it goes, I'm killing it. I'm killing it. I'm killing it.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my God, David, that's the middle finger.
Oh my God.
The naughtiest of fingers.
Welcome to the naughty episode of the Hypotheticast.
No.
Every episode's a little
A
naughty.
little
That's
bit,
true.
but we're not going to do just like a full-on naughty one.
Not
Yeah.
right now,
Not right now,
anyway.
maybe one day.
Our episodes are naughty like that Coppertone commercial or whatever, where like a dog pulls someone's pants down and then like hee hee hee, and then it's like Hypotheticast. That's pretty much our brand.
I don't know if that's the comparison I would
It's
make.
like exactly our brand.
But
Yeah, I don't think I'd go there either, but I guess in terms of like level of naughtiness,
I'd say
maybe.
cute and naughty. That's a good way to
with a
describe
wink.
us. Yeah.
and it's naughty with a wink. It's not naughty like, let's get dirty, Howard Stern.
I feel like the word naughty actually implies like a kind of cute naughty, whereas like getting dirty or getting nasty implies like
Sure.
a Howard Sternish thing.
we don't really know what's going to happen in every episode. There's all full of surprises.
Something naughty will happen
Yes.
this episode.
Just
that
wait
is the
for it.
David guarantee.
Yeah.
Wait for
Make
it.
sure of
and
it.
if we're not going to say what it is, but if you think you know the naughty thing, write in to us after you hear this episode. Say,
It's
I
a
think
mystery,
this
a
was
naughty
the naughty
mystery.
thing.
You have to just read into everything we say
Yeah.
like a 12-year-old boy.
I think the theme that we've picked doesn't lend itself to naughtiness, which will make this a challenge for us.
That's good. We need
because it's the beautiful summertime, and we're all just having a great time, living in the summer dream,
We
eating ice cream and other cool treats.
Cool treats.
That's the theme of the episode.
That's
Cool
the
treats.
theme.
Not just ice cream.
And I suggested it because, yeah, that's the thing. Ice cream is great, and we could totally
is
do an
great.
episode about that, but it ignores some of the other very important cool treats of the summer. Sorry, Dairy Queen, that we're stealing a phrase, but it's a perfect one, honestly.
No, they stole it from the world.
yeah,
That's
they stole
true.
it
That's
first.
Yeah.
what corporate America
You can't
does to us.
copyright just like a
You can't just copyright the
joyful
idea
category.
of cool
Right,
treats
yeah, okay.
or hot eats, honestly.
That's really true.
But putting them together in a rhyming couplet,
I think that's their own thing.
Sure.
But we
And we're
have-
not doing hot eats.
not at all.
We
Just
have
cool
domain.
treats.
May never
As
do.
citizens of the world, we have domain over cool eats and cool treats and hot eats separately, but together, that's all UDQ.
They can have them.
Yeah, they can have them.
Like you say, the world of cool treats is much larger than ice cream.
Yes.
And frozen ice comes in many forms.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call the name of the long plastic sack of flavored ice?
Not that.
My naughty
For
alarm
sure.
just went off.
I'm trying to describe it without using any of the words
Yeah.
that are
Yeah.
used in the marketing of that thing.
That's a freezy or a freezy pop.
Yeah,
Okay.
freezies
Yeah.
are what my family called them.
That's what we call them
Yeah,
growing up too.
freezies.
The
Sometimes
little
like ice
plastic
pop,
would cut
I
your
think.
mouth if you.
Oh man!
Oh, yeah, trying to
Deadly.
rip it open.
Deadly. Oh.
Yeah, almost died.
I did almost die.
But
the first bite is flavored with blood from your mouth.
but really good and perfect on those hot summer days.
Oh yeah, totally, and so much sugar.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I'm the sort of kid that like. I mean, here goes naughty alarm number 2. I just let that shit melt and then I poured it down, down my
gross.
throat. It's so good.
I don't know that that's naughty. It's
felt
just
naughty
kind of
when I
gross.
did it.
Kind of gross.
For some reason, my mom didn't want me to do it, even though I was consuming the exact same amount of sugar. She was like, "Don't let it melt." I think it was because she was afraid I would like spill it all over the
Yeah.
floor or something. And she was like, "Don't, David. I paid money for this house. Like, you can't just ruin it with your."
I mean, it is
Slurpee or
true.
whatever
Those
it's
things
called.
like, and they're not in the most like solid packaging.
No, you squeeze. You just get a little too excited, and you're like, "Hee hee!" And then, well, there's all the syrup
Oh,
is
naughty
gone.
alarms are going off left and
That's
right.
3. All right. So
yeah,
we
well,
got-
just
we got
just
a
get
lot of
ready for this
contestants.
because other names for these things. Yeah,
Are these like you found this on the internet?
it's on the internet. I didn't just make them up.
Yeah, some other names that I
Freezy
called
and Freeze Pop are the main ones that come up on
Okay,
Wikipedia.
good. That means we're
Juice
right.
Pop, Freezer
Sure.
Pop, Ice Pole, pop stick, popsicle, icy pull, ice pop,
Popsicle is
tip
just
top, ice
Tip top.
candy. I don't know.
It
says tip top.
Tip top.
That seems British.
Justifiers. It does seem British.
Yeah, there's
A tippy
different,
crisp. It's like,
different
what?
like corporate branded ones. Call them Fun Pops, Nice and Juicy, Otter Pops.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Oh, that's
Ice
cute.
I've
Tickles.
heard Otter Pop.
I don't know. It's here.
All right, top 3 for me. Ice tickles, ice tickles, ice tickles. All 3 are the top 3. That rules so
And of
much.
course, there's Chili Willy, the
Oh,
penguin.
Yeah.
That
I
he
don't
like.
know about that.
You don't. I don't know like that. No, he's from the cartoon Chili Willy.
He is from the cartoon,
And
but calling something a Chili Willy that looks like that is a naughty alarm number 4.
Outside of the U.S., they're called Mr. Freezes, but I think because Mr. Freeze has declared that you may not name anything after him in the United States.
He outlawed cool treats for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Ice pull and ice tickler or whatever that was.
Yeah,
Ice
yeah,
tickles.
And then fruit rod. Like what
that was not in there, but sure.
There was another
if you want to
really-
start your own
There was
company,
another kind of like hot and juicy or
yeah,
something.
nice
like
and juicy.
Nice and juicy.
Yeah.
Those are the top 3. Like, how did you decide that
Fruit
was
rod.
something you wanted to have a thing named?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Great. Well, that really helps
I think
me.
we'll get into this in later segments, but having like an ice cream truck already faces an uphill battle at not being like viewed as kind of creepy.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
don't sell things called fruit rods.
No, even though nobody calls them that, and David just made that up. What are we here for? What's our first segment?
What's our first segment, David?
I'll tell you. Haha, thanks for asking. I tricked you. It's called Would You Rather. It's a game we made up where we choose between 2 or more deceptively simple options. I'm in charge of it this week, and y'all came through in a big, major way with a lot of pretty engaging, not all ice cream related, would you rather. So 1, nice job, way to diversify, lots of popsicle stuff. 2,
Cool.
the quantity is very inspiring as well.
That's nice. People like cool treats.
People like cool treats. Good job, DQ. I'm going to ask you the question that I think we all sort of ask ourselves every night or morning, depending on when we're feeling most introspective. This comes from Jess Brooks. Would you rather have popsicles for hands or popsicles for feet?
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah, it's like...
Quick clarifying
real.
question.
It's
Is
real
it like
stuff.
one hand becomes one popsicle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like every finger is a popsicle.
Yeah, because
could
that would be phrased differently.
Yeah. Popsicle, your hand is a popsicle.
Legitimate question, though.
Feet.
Feet.
Can we talk about like how long these like because they're
Bomb
gonna
pop.
last like an hour?
Yeah.
Are they permanent popsicles?
Let's say they're magical.
So there's always a popsicle.
Maybe
they're
replenish.
Not, they melt a little bit,
like they
but
leave
not
residue,
completely.
but they
It's
never
really the
go
question
away.
then would be: are your
So you
feet
want
popsicle sticks?
Yeah, for
with-
feet or popsicle sticks for hands.
for 1 hour, you'll
Yeah.
have popsicle hands, and then you'll have sticks.
Yeah, I'm going with feet.
Okay.
Hands are too necessary.
Pretty important,
And or just like it would be a very hard adjustment to go
Yep.
from actual hands to popsicles. And feet, yeah, they're important too, but I just feel like it would be less challenging to do the things that I like to do.
I do think there are a lot more accommodations made in the world for people that don't have ambulation with their feet.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
even, you could probably build some prosthetics over the popsicles.
Or like
which
figure
feels
out a
like
way that
cheating.
you could still wear like some sort of shoe or boot or something.
Yeah.
Right. And just
Well-
never show your shame.
And that's you don't need to be ashamed.
I think
I mean,
But-
I might.
No, I'm showing the popsicle.
Okay.
I mean, it'd be a little tricky because I don't know who I'd show it to. Want to see my popsicle feet?
I mean, you could wear sandals. You could wear sandals
Just wear
somehow
sandals.
retrofitted to.
Yeah, I don't know how.
This brings up another valid question.
What's that?
Are they pointy? Like, are they sticking into the
I
ground?
think your foot
Or my-
I think they're parallel to the
Yeah.
ground.
Okay.
It's like
Okay, good.
It's like the
That
popsicle
helps.
stick is hinged to the ankle.
To the ankle.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nicer for me.
But
Because
so
otherwise,
yeah.
I'm like tiptoeing around all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, no, I mean it still would be. They're still very thin.
Yeah.
so you're
Balance would
probably
be
still going to want a
challenging.
prosthetic.
Yeah, my
but
balance
like you
isn't gonna
mentioned
be good.
earlier, like a prosthetic foot is easier than a prosthetic hand.
Yes.
like you
'Cause
have
it's just a big surface.
yeah, it's really hard. I mean, they're coming a long way with robot hands and
Yeah.
stuff. So you don't just have to have a hook, but
you can.
You could.
And it's also like more socially acceptable or just kind of like common to be wearing shoes. And so like the popsicle mess would not get everywhere.
You might
Like-
go through shoes faster though.
That's very true.
lot of popsicle
But like
mess in
if it's
those
your
puppies.
hands, the chances that you're going to leave like a sticky trail
on literally everything.
On everything. And like ants. Think of the ants.
Think of the ants.
Computers. Don't use computers ever. Don't do it.
That would be a real
bummer.
You
Feet, I
have to
think
put
is the
like
right choice.
plastic
I'm with you,
bags
Emily.
on your feet or hands. You change the bag every night.
Yeah.
Would you guys
like
ever
a little vacuum.
have a lick?
Oh yeah, I think I would offer it as well.
The expression that you just made, such a naughty thing. Lick the popsicle part. I mean, it would, because it's a part of me. It's weird, but I mean, I've literally like taken a bite of my arm before, so.
Haven't we all?
I mean, I haven't gotten a flesh chunk or anything, but I mean, we're all curious about how we taste, aren't we?
Oh yeah, believe you me.
Wow.
Believe
no,
you
I mean,
me.
like I've like licked
expecting.
popsicle off of like my hands.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
So
I think it would just taste like that.
What flavor would you want to be?
I, for some reason, this whole time I've been
Blue.
picturing bomb pops.
Yeah, me too.
Because I love bomb
multi-flavor?
pops.
Yeah, multi.
So yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm.
Yeah.
Are bomb
imagining.
pops multi-flavored or are they just multicolor? What flavor are bomb pops?
I think they are. I think the red is like cherry,
bomb flavor.
It tastes like an explosion.
but I don't really know what the blue is. Probably like blue raspberry. Or
Yeah.
something.
What's the white one?
I don't
Pina
know.
colada?
Yeah, I hope it's pina colada. That sounds complex, and I
That
don't
was like
remember them
such a
being
90s
complex.
thing for like white or clear candy to be pina colada, and kids were like, "What is that?"
Right? It was.
And then Jimmy Buffett just showed up.
He's like, "Hey,
Let me
Explained it
educate
all
you
to
kids on
us.
what a pina colada is. Here's a chart that I
you ever
have.
been to Margaritaville?" Let's do another question.
Yeah.
It's time. So I got something for you. This one is from Joe Holm.
Hey, Joe.
Would you rather have an ice cream truck whose driver has a Captain Ahab-like lifetime focus of trying to sell you ice cream with the music never turning off? Or would you rather get painful brain freeze anytime you eat anything?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Joe, you really thought this one through.
Yeah.
I'm worried that he's thought it so well that he's going to show up dressed as Captain Ahab. And I realize he didn't mean they were dressed as Captain Ahab, but like
That's what I'm
just what
picturing.
I'm picturing.
They
They
are
have a
now.
harpoon mounted to the
Yeah.
top of their truck that has a popsicle on the end. They want to shoot it into my mouth.
I mean, here's the thing about that one. I can't do the brain freeze one because that's super unpleasant, and I love eating. So why would I want this
Every
awful
time.
thing every time I
And it
eat
says
anything?
painful, not just like slight.
Yeah.
That's an intense
So
thing.
I can't do
Yikes.
that. Also, like that would not be a difficult job for that man because I love ice cream.
What
so
if they
like,
were always trying to upsell you though? Like,
Yeah, I think that they're
just,
trying to
like,
get you to join the
never
rewards
satisfied.
program.
I mean,
and-
that's just like capitalism. That's just like existing in the world today. So like, you know, and he can try all he wants, but like there's annoying shit all over the world, you know?
I think you'd be trying to like park outside your window at night. Like I think this person
Yeah.
is
Well,
Then
disrupting
I
your
would
sleep.
call the police.
Well, sure.
So like I'm sure I understand that the intensity of his focus would probably cause him to do things that are really unpleasant to me at times.
Absolutely, yes.
But like it would also be like ice cream near me all the time. So I feel like I could figure out a way to interact with him and be like, yes, I will buy something today, and ignore
Like appease him somehow.
just his like general presence and obnoxiousness, and then if he did anything illegal, call the police. I don't know. Yeah, it would be really annoying, but it would still, I think, be less annoying than brain freeze every time I eat something.
Yeah, I would choose the ice cream stalker because like, yeah, easier to avoid than the brain freeze. Every time you eat anything,
That's
too
tough.
much.
That's intense.
That's
I
tough.
got to be able to eat.
Yeah, well, you can. It just is painful.
I know.
It just hurts.
But I could live my life with like a guy following me around.
With a weird capitalist it follows
That's
trying
fine.
to get you at all
Come
points.
try.
Come try.
And also, yeah, like I do often want ice cream. So him being there I'd be like, oh, hey,
Hey.
can I?
Hey.
Would
Yeah.
you like pretend that you hadn't noticed him to like make it like to be petty, like, to make him mad? Like, oh, an ice cream truck, huh? Maybe I'll get some. And he's like, I've been following you for years.
And if they're doing a good job, if they're focused on me, hopefully they have stuff that I want.
Yeah, if they're
specifically.
keeping it
Ooh,
stocked.
that's actually a great point. I
with
think you're
good
selling me
stuff.
more on this actually being exciting and finding a way to tune it out
Yeah.
is the key, because like if their lifetime focus is selling me ice cream, that truck is going to be filled with amazing treasures, and
For
I can
sure.
probably talk them down from those prices, get some deals, because he wants to sell them to me so bad.
Yeah.
It's in the palm of my hand.
A weird business model.
It really
Fixating
is.
on one
But
customer.
you know what? I bet it works.
I bet it works.
You
Yeah,
just gotta,
it does.
You got to try stuff.
It
Capitalism
does.
is scary and hard. You want another one?
Yeah, I do.
Always.
Yeah. Here's a question that I have from my brain because I remember it from when Olivia James told it to me. Would you rather only be able to eat ice cream when you're thirsty or only be able to drink water when you want ice cream?
Wait, can I not drink water when I'm thirsty, or can I drink it
Correct.
with the ice cream?
No, when you are thirsty. Wait, you know what? I think the intention of the question is different.
Okay.
I think the intention of the question is when you're thirsty, the only thing you can do about that
that's
is
what
eat
I
ice
think
cream.
you meant.
Got it. Yeah,
And
that's clear.
when you want ice cream, the only thing you can do is drink water.
Okay.
That is the intention.
Yeah,
so let
okay.
me ask it again. Would you rather only be able to eat ice cream when you're thirsty or only drink water when you want ice cream?
I gotta give up ice cream.
Yeah.
Water's too important to
Water's
live.
pretty important.
I love ice cream, but
Especially
I need
because
water.
like your body signaling to you that you're thirsty. Like cravings are different than thirst.
True.
You know
True.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So like when my body is like, oh, ice cream would really hit the spot right now. That's a different kind of need than like, oh, I'm thirsty.
What's nice is that is almost always me. Like I'm almost always living in that craving town where I want ice cream.
Same.
So like I could drink a lot of water
Yeah.
because I'm almost always craving ice cream. So I just
Right.
be like, oh, Watertown, let's go. Let's eat it. And then when I finally got thirsty, which unfortunately maybe would be never because I'd be drinking so much water because I want ice cream all the time, I would get to eat ice cream. But maybe I'd be really hydrated and
But
honestly
you
I'd
could
probably
like
be a healthier person.
couldn't you plan for it? Couldn't you be like, okay, so I'm staying hydrated.
Yes,
I'm staying pretty
game
well
it.
hydrated, but I know I'm gonna like go to Dairy Queen later, so I'm gonna stop drinking water.
And then they give me a test at Dairy Queen. They're like, how thirsty are you, baby? And I'm like, I don't know, pretty thirsty. And they're like, I don't believe you. Prove it. Let me see the inside of your mouth. I don't know how you prove someone's thirsty. Help me out.
You set a thirst trap for them.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah,
That's
do
a thirst
a-
trap.
That's what you
You
do.
do.
This person has fallen into my thirst trap. They're clearly thirsty and need water.
I mean,
I will give them ice cream.
when I got super dehydrated during the first trimester of my pregnancy, they had me pee in a cup, and they were
yeah.
like, "Yes, this is bad.
Yes,
You
correct.
need fluids. Here's an IV.
Here's ice cream.
And
That's
then,
what they did.
yeah, and then after I'd had the bags of fluid, they made me do it again, and they were like, much better.
Wow.
So that's how they tell you to have to do a pee test at Dairy Queen. Next segment is called The Meat. It is where we delve into a meatier topic and spend a little more time unpacking it and answering it. The hypothetical question that I have for you guys today is this. I have to set it up with the little scenario first.
Okay.
Scenario, sorry.
Apologize.
So you discover that you had a secret uncle that you had never met or heard of, and he has left you something in his will. And you're thinking like, maybe it's cash. That's pretty cool. And what it is actually is an ice cream truck. And all of the like trappings that you need to run an ice cream truck business.
Yes. Good.
So it's like all set up for you.
Wow. All expenses paid.
Yeah. I mean, you would have to stock it.
Right.
But
Except
other
those
than that,
expenses.
like, and this is like a pretty nice ice cream truck. It's not one of those where you're like, yikes, that thing is going to fall apart in 2 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
ready to go, decent amount of miles left on it. It's going to last you a few years. You get this inheritance and you feel, whether or not this is actually how you would feel in this scenario, you do feel a sense of obligation. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I need to do this.
It's my secret uncle.
Maybe he leaves you a note too. That's like, this is my dream for you. And
It
you're
sounds like the
okay.
beginning of a really good video game.
Yeah. So, so you feel like I got to do this. I got to give this a shot. But the other thing is the ice cream truck business is cutthroat.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are ice cream trucks all over the place.
Oh my God.
Dead bodies of ice cream people all over the place from the cutthroat.
From the throat cutting.
Oh, so
and
much.
if you're going to make it, if you're going to do your secret dead uncle proud, you got to have a gimmick. You got to have something
gotta have a
that
gimmick.
gets them. So what do you do when you're launching your ice cream truck business and moving forward with it that makes you stand out amongst all the other ice cream trucks in town? Tell me about it.
One word. Sonic. Gotta go fast. So all our treats are shaped like Sonic. The ice cream truck drives really fast.
I like how
So
quiet
it's
Emily and I
really
were.
hard to catch the truck, but when you do, oh man, you get all the treats you ever want. That's my joke answer. What do you guys got?
That's Sonic.
Sonic,
gotta go faster.
Just gotta go
Brilliant.
fast. And we
Brilliant.
also serve chili dogs.
So I take this question very seriously. No jokes.
So did I.
So here's what I'm thinking. When you hear or witness an ice cream truck approaching, what is your initial gut reaction? What is your thought?
Usually a sense of vague curiosity about
Okay.
what's inside. Like not high interest, but vague.
Okay.
Yeah.
For
Emily?
me, it's usually like, am I in a situation where I can get something from this truck?
So you're thinking about how accessible it is
Yeah.
for you. Okay.
The sound makes you
Well-
take stock of your life.
Neither of you had the answer I wanted you to
Damn
say.
it.
Which is,
Wait, let me try again. Oh yeah.
No,
Nostalgia?
No. They're creepy.
Arousal.
They're creepy.
Oh, sure.
Right? So
No,
here's
a
the
lot
thing.
of yes, they have creepy aspects.
No, we're adults. We're
see.
fine with it.
Yeah.
But I feel like to me, probably because I watch too many horror movies, and there's
Right.
literally horror movies called The Ice Cream Man, starring Clint Howard. Not that great, but worth watching. I think that ice cream trucks have a justifiable stigma attached to them. Because what do we do with our kids when we tell them like what to avoid? We're like
strangers in vans with candy.
trying to entice them with things, right?
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
that's exactly what it is. And the creepy melody that they play, which inherently
Often out of
shouldn't be
tune.
creepy, but because it's like a shitty sound system, like being just
like a
blared in your neighborhood.
creepy horror
It's
movie
like, I don't
music
want to hear a
box.
nursery rhyme delivered to me that way.
Right.
That doesn't make me feel safe.
Even the Sonic theme song doesn't make me feel safe in those
I
circumstances.
feel like it solidly fits in that category of things in the 80s and 90s that people were like, it's for children, even though it was also legitimately creepy.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
That was
clowns
just a
are
thing.
like that.
People, it's like adults in that
Absolutely.
time had some sort of blind spot where they couldn't tell the difference between creepy and for kids.
Yeah.
So they just put it all together.
It's almost like an uncanny valley of like an adult thinking they know what a kid wants.
Yes.
But like really like being way off the mark.
Missing something,
And
like
you end up
clowns in
you end
general,
up like
and, yeah.
Tom Hanks selling you a train ticket to the North Pole in Polar Express. And
Yes.
Right.
I'm not getting on that train, Tom Hanks.
No way.
I
Uncanny.
trust real Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Animated Tom Hanks, not what I want. Which is like the difference between animated SpongeBob and ice cream SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I trust ice cream so much.
That's you, David.
That's me.
No, but like
With my life.
it's true, and often because like they're like small business operations. Like I've seen ones that are literally white vans. In this day and age, you can't drive a white van around without like. You just can't. Like, just like I'm not going to send my kid to that.
So how are you going to fix that problem?
Yeah,
so
what are
here's
you gonna
okay.
lean
Here's
into
what I'm
here?
going to do.
Yeah.
I have a couple thoughts. First one, transparency. Literally,
Like a glass house.
Literally, like not glass, but
Yeah.
like I think like a big plastic bubble, and I'm inside it.
Yeah.
and but you can see like it's like there's a like the modern restaurant concept. Like a lot of times the
The
chefs are
open
out in the
kitchen.
open. You can see them
Yeah.
preparing the food.
Sure.
And there's a lot of reasons for that, but I think in the ice cream truck world, it would work because you're like, you know that there's
It's
not
okay,
a cage
parents.
of children in
Yeah.
there, you know, real disturbing.
Yeah.
Or if there is, they'll be able to see the cage.
Sure.
I don't know if you're planning on having that or
part
not.
of
I don't know a lot about your ice cream truck.
Capturing anyone for any reason is not part of
Cool.
my business
All right,
model.
good to
I want
clarify, good to
to
clarify.
share the joy of ice cream and ice cream novelties
Cool.
with everyone. And so I think what I'll do is, just like I have a whimsical like bubble shape. Just take off the back of that truck. I don't know. Maybe have to get a new vehicle entirely.
Yeah.
Maybe like a not a pickup, but like
I feel like you could probably have someone take the base of that truck and just make it clear. Like just give
Yeah.
it clear.
Build a new body that's clear.
You don't have to give a lot of investment up front, but
the version of
could
this
be worth
that
it.
exists already. There's not a transparent ice cream truck that I know of, but there is. Like the yogurt restaurants where you just put in whatever you want. Like I've seen the ice cream truck version of that where you literally just can serve yourself.
Oh, yeah.
which
Nice.
takes out the whole like man in the window of the van that you need
Right.
to talk to. Like, so I think that's nice, but that exists already and is fine. But
It is
I want to
fine.
like take it the extra mile. Or even I thought like if it wasn't an ice cream truck, like if I just had to take over the business of my uncle, like maybe like an ice cream like hot air balloon or come out of the sky. It would be like an event. Like the ice
Yeah.
cream man is coming,
It'd be
and
like
then
the
you could
Wizard of
see me
Oz.
coming over the sky. We don't want a van coming around with anything. But a hot air balloon, there's nothing bad about a hot air balloon, right?
I mean, there are things bad about
What's the
them.
most whimsical vehicle you can think of?
The Pope Mobile.
Nope.
Well, so I had an
Wrong
idea for you
answer.
if you kept it a truck. Because
Okay.
the problem with the hot air balloon is I think you wouldn't make enough money.
You think so? I think you make it like an event.
Yeah, but then you have to charge like $75 per ice cream thing, and they just have to happen to be where you
I guess
landed.
I couldn't carry a lot in my.
No.
But if you did the
basket.
bubble thing,
Okay.
Bubble thing is better.
you could have like bubbles coming out of it all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah. Good
Yeah.
call. Good
Which
call.
would be fun.
Yeah,
'Cause that's
I
real
think that's
cheap.
a good motif.
Very
yeah,
nice.
And
Just lean
it
into
would
the
be
bubbles.
opposed to, instead of just like a creepy song, it would be like bubbles. And like when you see bubbles
Yeah.
floating in the air, that's not menacing at all.
No, it's whimsy,
It's like,
pure
that's
whimsy.
fun. Like look at the bubble. The
Pure.
bubble truck's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bubble truck.
cute.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that'll be good. And it's I feel like.
Then you can also show like where you're getting the ice cream from, because I always imagine it's like moldy cardboard boxes
Yeah,
from
yeah,
like
yeah,
12
yeah.
years ago that they've just had sitting in a freezer.
Yeah, which would be a challenge for me because I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
would be fine. I'm actually picturing like straight up classic, not just selling like prepackaged, but like an ice cream cone.
Sure.
Cool.
You're
Which
dipping
is,
into
which is hard to
actual
do. I guess ice cream
buckets.
trucks usually are just the frozen things because
Yeah.
it's hard to do.
It's
the
easier
ice
to
cream.
pass those out and sell, but you can do it. Emily, do you have something?
I do,
wanna
but
know.
you can go first.
No, I did mine.
You did not.
You gotta go
I
fast.
Fired.
have another idea, but you go first because
Okay.
I did one. A good one. See if you can top it.
Okay, so I was thinking about how to make that money.
Oh, yeah.
But also,
Finances.
I also started by thinking about like what I associate with ice cream trucks.
Which is your proximity to them and their accessibility.
Yeah. How can I get them? No, but also like being a kid and summertime. And so I was thinking about like chilling on a nice hot summer day. And then I also started thinking about general millennial nostalgia.
Yep,
So
we have that.
what my truck is going to be is TV and treats. And every week it will have a new TV show theme from from the 90s or 80s. So there'll be like Rainbow Bright Week
Perfect.
or Friends Week or
Sure.
Law and Order Week.
Friends Week. That's what I'm all about.
I will be dressed up in theme, and there will be
Yes.
like sometime during the day that's just like, going around town and selling the treats. And I think there'll be like a special menu, like instead of like special cocktails for like Friends Week, there'll be like the Phoebe, the Rachel, the Chandler, and we'll be playing. At first I was just like, oh, like music from that era, but then I was like, no, we could have like a screen that plays
Yeah.
like clips.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
The best clips.
Best
Only
clips.
the best clips.
But then the other real cool thing about it is that then like every Saturday we would like have a block party that was for sure going to land in a certain place, and then people could come like in costume and stuff, and could just like have a little party.
Wow.
But I think, we love our nostalgia, us millennials.
We do.
So I think that having that sort of like changeable aspect of it, where it's always going to sell you stuff and you can always get an ice cream sandwich if you want,
Sure.
just classic.
Standard.
I just might be dressed as Rainbow Bright behind the wheel, but that's fine.
Doesn't change the game. In fact, makes it better.
Exactly. And then like if you want to lean in to some heavy nostalgia, which a lot of people do, then you could make
Come
a
on
point
Saturday.
to come to the
Yeah,
party.
you could be handing out flyers about the party all week. And the
Exactly.
party just blows up and it's great.
And, associating ice cream with remembering watching those shows. I feel like people would get really happy about that.
I think so.
You'll
I
get
would.
really happy.
Yeah. I'm happy about it now.
Me too.
It's great.
We
I
could
want
invite like a guest from like the principal from Saved by the Bell could probably come.
Yeah.
He's available, I think.
Is he?
I saw him on a website. You could have him record a birthday greeting for your friend.
Sure.
So you could probably come do the ice cream trick.
Yeah, it sounds like if you are at the point where you are saying I will record a birthday greeting for your friend on a website.
You're probably
Yeah.
available for ice cream
You
truck
can do
block
ice cream
parties.
trucks.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Dennis Haskins, call us.
All right.
Emily's got a
Call
business
us.
idea for you.
Let's get him.
Never Dustin Diamond though.
I know he's too
Never
dangerous.
Dustin Diamond.
He's dangerous. Too
He
sharp.
pulled a knife on someone in
I think
Wisconsin.
he's literally in
Oh.
prison.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about Saved by the Bell, but I didn't know people died
Well,
I don't think he
know
killed
if he
anyone.
killed anybody, but
on the
he-
show or not on the show.
On the show, he did. Yes. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That
It's
was-
like,
finale,
during
we find out
Saved by the Bell.
Screech, serial killer.
Yeah, the finale. Like,
Very
just a
upsetting.
big twist.
Yeah.
I wanted to like brainstorm some flavors. Like
Ooh,
maybe like
yeah.
for Friends Week, like what kind of flavors would be
Ooh,
serving?
that's a good one. So we could do one that was like the failed English trifle that Rachel makes.
Oh wow, that's a deep cut.
Where it's
That's
like
a very deep
dessert, but then because the pages were stuck together in the recipe book, then there's like peas and beef.
Oh, this is good. I was thinking like Chandler Bing cherry custard or
that's
something
cute.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But
I mean,
I like doing. But you can only go so far with the name puns, so I like doing the deep cuts.
Yeah,
of
we could do
episode
some deep
references.
cuts, which would probably take a little more time to figure out what that treat actually is. But I'm also pretty committed to having like the classics in there, especially the ones that I feel like have disappeared. Do you guys remember the Disney popsicles that were like the characters, but they weren't just like, Mickey Mouse ears. It was like 3D statues of the Disney characters.
Came to life, like interacted with you before you ate
They were
them.
so
They were
good.
pretty- they were
I don't
very
know
good.
how to explain it. I'm going to see if I can find them.
Like we were definitely into we were an ice cream novelty family, but I don't remember having that.
To make the millennial audience happy, I would make sure to have all those classics. But yes, I think it would also be fun to have like something like Sundays or something that would be like themed for the week, like that.
Yeah.
So,
Joey Ticklers.
Oh,
I don't think that
good?
works on any
Does
level.
that work?
I don't think you'll sell them. People won't understand the reference.
I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna
Whoa.
shoot one real quick.
Yeah,
into your
okay.
veins. So Sonic will work, but at that point, then I'm gonna need to have like expansions. Because
Yeah.
like when you get so successful, people are like, "What's next? What's next?" Like, come on, I'm on Fortune 500 lists. I'm 30 under 30 media luminary, that sort of thing. So
Knuckles.
they're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Yeah, Knuckles is good. So you get punched and then you get ice cream. Shadow would be fun, hard to find. These all sound good, just as good as Sonic.
Just as good.
I kind of want to pivot a little bit and maybe go with a Hunger Games themed ice cream dispensary method.
Okay.
So the truck drives up, big cannon shoots off to signify, hey, it's arrived. And then I think all of the walls of the truck fold down into like stairs, and a big like pyramid or something emerges from the middle. It's like game show style. And every kid in the block, as close as you are when that cannon goes off, you rush to like get the weapons that are out there and get the like.
so
the
like
treats that
legally
are
you
there.
have to, or you might be murdered.
Well, if you want the ice cream.
Yeah.
Like it's all
You don't
about
have
getting
to.
the ice cream. You can't outside of the arena that is created by this amazing unfolding ice cream truck. You can't murder or anything. It's not like the Purge when I show up. But it's within that range. Kids will die, and then they can get ice cream for free if they're the if they're the last
If they
one,
don't
or
die.
if they team up.
This is like the Kids Bop version of the Purge.
Yeah. But they do die. Kids die, and they would still have the thing where the cannon would go off every time a kid was killed or whatever, so the neighborhood would know like how much population they need to restore. But I think that's a pretty good idea.
So what's the is there a popsicle or like
There's a bunch of them, but there's one really good one in the middle.
One really
sure, you want to get the good
really
one.
good
like one of
one.
those shaped Mickey Mouse ones.
Do kids like train for this?
The good ones, the ones that want it.
The ones that want it enough.
The ones that don't want it probably don't even
in this
engage.
world? I'm assuming popsicles are not available. Just
No,
at
this
a
is the
store?
only way. I have the last driving store.
Okay, you're gonna buy out all the
I'm
popsicles.
gonna buy every popsicle and be like,
Okay.
all right, kids, you got to fight now.
Yeah.
I've cornered the market and eliminated all popsicle factories. It's just me and the Hunger Games
It
truck.
tastes so sweet.
I know.
Once you did
Does Kids Bop play over the loudspeaker
Yeah,
while
Green
it's
Day
happening?
Kids Bomb for some reason. Boulevard of Broken Dreams, but for kids.
So by the neighborhood knowing how much population they have to replenish, is that just like
it's like the parents know.
okay?
You know,
So the parents are like,
we've lost 10 kids on the block to the ice cream man, and we need to like get busy to
Wait,
make
is
it
there
more.
to me it seemed like an automated enterprise, but is there an actual person with the truck?
Oh yeah, I'm just like
He's
driving
driving
it,
it.
wearing a cowboy
Are
hat.
you just like
hooting and
locked in the
hollering.
cab, just
Yeah,
like go
yeah.
for it?
It's
and
like a
then you
shark
just like
cage
put it into
that I
park and let it happen. Do you
Yeah.
like read a paperback while it's going on?
I think I probably announce. I think I like do play by play.
Like you're like, look
Yeah.
at that, Jimmy just slit Melissa's throat.
Oh God, that reminds me
for
of.
some reason, like making it real made it so
Well,
much
you were
worse.
the one
Sorry.
thought of
I
it.
know.
That reminds me of
Sorry,
Bear
man.
Country USA. Did I talk about that on the podcast?
I don't know what you're
It's
talking
in
about,
it's in
man.
the Black Hills in South Dakota where there's all the tourist trap stuff.
Yeah.
Literally, just we drove through. You stay in your car. There's lots of warnings. You got to stay in your car because we went through and they were feeding the bears. There were like 50 bears running after an open pickup truck, and a guy was just standing in the back throwing them raw meat, and they were just
Honestly?
like taking off after it. That's exactly what
exactly what I'm
just throwing ice
That's
cream
what I
and the
want.
kids are all running.
I want to pit them against each other. No, I think truly it would be kind of cool to have a like competition style. As fast as you can get here, you get discounts or something in like a more honest, how would I actually run an ice cream truck way? I think that would be kind of fun. Or some challenges like Legends of the Hidden Temple style.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, like that would be really fun. Like trivia mixed with physical challenges to see if you can get ice cream prizes. That sounds awesome.
That's also very 90s nostalgia though, because that's like all Nickelodeon would play. I feel like
you guys could cross over.
Yeah, we totally could. We could do cross promotion.
Yeah.
And then I could have a Friends theme battle royale where a bunch of people dress up as Ross and kill each other.
But only Ross.
Only Ross.
He was the most self-loathing of the bunch.
Definitely. And the most likely to engage in some sort of murder, I think.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Wow. I want to go to all of these.
Do you?
Next up on the Hypotheticast, we do a segment called Would You Blanket? And we fill in that blank with a variety of different things that the person who is the subject of the Would You Blanket will have to say yes or no to. We've done Would You Be Trapped on a Desert Island with it? But we make it weirder or better depending on how you respond. And the subject this week is Emily. And we're talking about ice cream.
Well, we're talking about cool treats.
Talking about cool treats. Oh, I'm sorry. Please, thanks for the correction.
Make sure to infringe that copyright as much as we possibly can.
So, Emily, I want you to think about, do you remember the first time you went to go get ice cream independently? Like riding your bicycle?
That's a good question.
Walking with some friends. Do you remember what that was like?
Yeah, it was I probably biked to the Food and Fuel, which was a few blocks away from my house.
Nice.
And picked up some sort of treat.
Did you go by yourself?
I would have maybe gone by myself, maybe with my little sister, maybe with a neighborhood friend.
Let's say you're 11.
Sure.
Good age for you to be biking to the Food and Fuel.
Yeah.
That seems fine. You're at home and it's a nice summer day. You decide, I want a cool treat.
Sure
and
do.
your mom left you some money to get that cool treat. Sitting on the counter. How much?
My mom was
$5 whole.
Oh, shit. When Emily was 11, that was like $30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And you decide, I'm going to venture out to the Food and Fuel to get myself a cool treat. Are you going to do that?
Absolutely. Would I venture out?
Would you venture out is the question.
Yeah, I absolutely would. That sounds like one of my favorite things to do ever.
Okay.
Venture out for cool treats.
All right.
Venture out for cool treats. So you go outside. It's very hot, blistering even, one might say. And you approach the Food and Fuel near your house because you think that's probably the most accessible. I'm going to be outside too long. It's kind of hot. I want that cool treat. They're closed.
Gas leak.
There's been a gas leak. There's nothing you can do about it. So you move on mentally and spiritually. And you realize that the next closest place is like a mile away. Your bike is not working. So you don't have a bike to ride. Like when you get on it, it's kind of like it's been like maybe you just didn't fix it up over the winter, or your parents didn't fix it up over the winter, or something.
I don't know what kind of 11-year-old you thought I was.
Rusty or something, and they promised that they would fix it for you, and you get on it, and it's just like when the chain's really rusty and the pedals are just like chunk, chunk, chunk.
Okay,
it's not going to work. You can't bike, so you're going to have to walk a mile on a very hot day as an 11-year-old to get a cool treat. Might be worth it, might be not. Would you overcome it?
Venture out.
Would you venture forth?
Well, she has.
She's got to keep venturing.
Would I continue to venture?
Continue to venture.
Do I have any company?
Yeah, and you get to pick one person from your childhood, one real person from your childhood that you want to be with you. That's the only stipulation. They actually have to be a real person that you knew when you were 11.
Okay. My gut is to just say my sister. We were kind of a team in situations like this. If we both really wanted treats, because my household was not known for its abundance of treats.
Sure.
And so whenever we had an option, it was like quite exciting. And I also feel like something that would happen was if I was with like a peer friend, I would be the one that would be like, I don't know, guys. I don't know if this is a good idea.
You got it.
But when I was with my sister, I would be like, come on, don't be a baby. Let's do it.
Oh, nice.
This is my sister who would have been 8 when I was 11.
Okay, perfect.
The other sister would have been 1. And I don't
Bring her.
think she would have been the greatest.
Let's go get ice cream, baby.
Although I wouldn't put it past 11-year-old me to like just put her in a stroller and be like, going for a ride, Carolyn.
We're going.
Carolyn maybe would have loved it. 1-year-old Carolyn. Let's go get that sweet treat.
Yeah. She likes treats.
Who knows?
Too. So yeah, okay. Sister's adventure a mile away.
Yeah.
On foot to get cool treats. Yeah, I'm doing it.
You would venture out.
So you continue to venture down the sidewalk on this pretty hot day. You really want that cool treat.
I do too now.
I'm going to present with you a choose your own venture. You have to make a choice now instead of just deciding to turn back or not.
Let's do it.
You can continue walking. You're kind of on a sidewalk that borders like a major highway, like a road. Like it's not a fun sidewalk to walk on.
Right.
You know those sidewalks that are like not fun?
Oh yeah, I know exactly. Like I'm picturing
Like a downer.
What I'm actually picturing is that we are going to Dairy Queen, which is probably about a mile. I know what road that would have been. So
Okay.
yes.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, I don't know the exact route you're thinking, but there's that route along the busy street, hot. It's just kind of a long ways to walk in the hot sun, no shade. Or you can turn down this cool path that goes through this dark woods.
Oh my God. One of those reeks of trap. I won't say which one though.
So you can go through the cool dark woods, which is real cool.
The woods in the middle of the
Or
city.
you can go down
like
the
this.
hot street to get the ice cream. What do you want to do?
This is so manipulative.
Oh, that is a tough one
Hot street, Emily. Hot street.
because I liked woods.
Phone a friend.
And I probably would have been really tempted to just like go that route, but I also was still a little bit scared of stuff. And I think staying out in the open would have made me more comfortable. So God, I hope we put on sunscreen because we are all pasty AF. But yeah, I'm going to stick to the road.
Okay.
So you stick to the road. You get a couple more blocks and you realize that somebody is following you.
Oh no.
They are wearing a big ol' winter coat.
Ugh.
Very suspicious. They have clothes on under it. It's not a streaking situation.
You know.
Just to warn you. I know. I'm writing it.
David
I know.
Emily, how does Emily know?
Emily knows because it's open and you can see that there are clothes
Okay.
under
All right.
it.
Great.
It's easy. They are pushing a stroller in which sits something that you can't really tell what it is, but it's like pumpkin sized.
God.
And they've been following you for a couple blocks at the exact same speed that you've been going. Like if you cut across things, like they follow you, but they stay at a distance away. Would you continue to venture out or like double back and run home for safety?
Continue to venture out as long as it doesn't sound like they're gaining on me. Like it's definitely creepy and weird, but I don't know. I grew up in Blaine, Minnesota. You know, people are weird.
Blaine.
And
What a party town.
so yeah, if it was broad daylight and I didn't feel like they were gaining on me, I would just be like, oh yeah, whatever. Let's just keep going.
You keep on walking down the hot street and you can see the Dairy Queen in the distance. It's one of the Dairy Queens. Its sign actually spins.
Yes.
And so you're just like,
Oh, I love a spinning
God,
sign.
it's so close. But there's a train track that goes between you and the Dairy Queen, and there's a train that's coming, and it looks like it might cut you off, and that person's still kind of lurking behind you, and you're gonna be stuck.
This is very stressful.
Well, you're gonna be stuck waiting for, and you can't even see how long that train is. It looks like a real long one. You know, sometimes there's long trains. you know what I mean?
Yeah, trains, am I right?
Just a
Right,
fact
guys?
of life. Yep.
So you could be stuck for a while, and you don't know what's in that stroller. Could be a pumpkin. Could be a pumpkin. Could be something
either
weirder.
one of those things.
What are you gonna do? Try to go home somehow, or are you gonna like wait for the train?
So I'm not going to be able to make it across the tracks in time.
Doesn't seem so.
Yeah. Your options are turn and like go back
Cut
home.
through like a
Yeah.
yard just to get
Yeah.
away from this person, or wait and hope it's cool.
and hope it's cool. It being the thing in the stroller. I don't know.
So I'm going to wait again because I feel like it's broad daylight. We're not in the middle of nowhere. I'm still like a little creeped out, but I also think that I would just be like, this is probably just a random weirdo. It's really hard for me to get into my 11-year-old mind. I don't really know how much logic I was capable of at the time.
Sure.
I think I'm going to be an optimist and trust because I think that is kind of what I was like.
Sure.
Optimist and trust. Good choice. So you wait for the train. The train, very long, as Mike said. Sometimes trains are long.
Yeah, real long.
Oof.
It's
many
It's a
cars.
circus train, though.
Yeah, there's lots of animals and monkeys
Oh,
dancing
okay.
for you.
That's
They
fun.
dance for your pleasure.
Well taken care of. But
Yes,
they're on a train.
They are driving it. It's their train. They've seized the means of production, and they are the circus now.
Yeah.
Great.
And the drivers of the train. It's pretty unsafe. Honestly, someone gonna die. And this person behind you does approach. They do not stop as though they are watching you. They approach you casually, but with intent. They pull the stroller up beside you. They're wearing sunglasses and a hat. You can't really see their features. And they say, you look into the stroller, of course, because you're very curious. And it is not a pumpkin or a pumpkin. It is a butternut squash. And they say to you, hey, kids, you want some free cool treats? You drop this bee squash off at that Dairy Queen. They'll give you free treats. No questions asked. He knocks on the squash, and it's very clearly like hollow and sounds like some like metallic ringing. So you think, okay, it's not just a butternut squash. But he won't
Okay.
tell you anymore.
So what are my options
Your
now?
options are to decide that this is too much for you and go home, or it's a choose your own adventure. You can just say no thank you to that and go buy one, or you can see what happens if you want to get a free one.
I'm sorry to be not fun, but no, I would feel very uncomfortable with that. And also, I don't know how to get on top of that Dairy Queen, and I don't particularly want to find out.
No. He drop it off, like leave it for them. Not
I like that was the part you didn't want. I don't want to climb the Dairy
I
Queen.
know. I was like, what are you talking about?
No.
Okay, wait. So you're just talking about like I could walk into the Dairy
you walk
Queen
in and you give them the
and
bee
give
squash,
them that.
and they give you free ice cream as a trade for whatever that thing actually is.
Okay.
And it's some sort of drop.
Me now would be curious, but I just have to stay in reality.
You got to role play 11-year-old you.
And like I don't think, I did not like talking to strangers. I still don't. So I think I would be like, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
And like really hope that the train finishes passing soon so we can just go to DQ.
Okay. The stranger says, "Oh, fine. Guess I'll do it myself." And he wheels off with this stroller, and as he's
Just
going
like right into the train.
he goes a different
destroyed.
direction away from you, so you don't have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah, that's good.
But as he's walking off, you see underneath his hat looks like a real curly red wig, and you can see some white clown makeup on the edge of his face,
Of course.
and oversized red shoes on his feet,
Which you hadn't
as
noticed
he
until
walks
just-
away from you.
Wow. Okay.
And you're like,
dodged a clown bullet.
yeah.
You really did.
Yeah. So the train ends, and you're very close to the Dairy Queen. You walk up to the door. You look inside, and inside the Dairy Queen, you see that everyone inside the Dairy Queen that's an employee of the Dairy Queen are just actual cows. Wearing Dairy Queen visors, but they're serving blizzards and banana splits to the patrons who are human, but the actual people at the Dairy Queen are cows. And so you have to decide if you want to go to this weird Dairy Queen because there are cows there.
Are they like milking themselves to provide the product?
Yep. That's
Blizzard comes right out of their
yeah, that's
udders.
part of it.
God.
Yeah, that
It's-
would make me less
they
likely to
still look like your good old Blizzard.
There's
But
a
it's-
Reese's cow.
but-
There's a Nerd's cow.
Yep.
There's lots of different kinds.
But that's how they're making the treats today. The cool treats.
the cool treats come right
You know
out
what?
of the udder.
I'm 11. I don't quite understand the world yet.
Maybe that's how they work.
So I think I would just be like, I'm sure there's a reason why this is happening. And if other people are getting their treats, well, this is a weird thing that I don't understand as an 11-year-old, but I made it all this way and we want our cool treats. So I do it.
You do it.
Get those cow treats.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
where they all come from, and this one's just being more transparent.
Yeah. Maybe I just am learning about the world.
The last thing that happens, you get in there and you're like, yes, finally, I escaped that clown, I escaped that bee squash, I escaped my dread and that forest, and these cows are here, but I don't care. I want that treat. And they're all out of everything except Nerds Blizzards.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Next up on the Hypotheticast, we do a little something called If I Were You, where we talk about things we would do if we were you.
Me. David,
what would you do if you were me?
cool treats. Big part of my life.
Okay.
I love ice cream.
Yep.
It's incredibly important to me.
good.
And so I have a lot of things that I like to do with ice cream, mostly involving eating it.
Okay.
But maybe others, who's to say? Keep listening.
You're the one who's talking.
I am to say. One of the most interesting ways to make ice cream more fun is to take a couple spoonfuls of peanut butter and stir them in there. It's not like revolutionary. It's not something that's like going to make anyone angry, like some of my other food combinations, potentially, like mint and ham, that really pisses people off, apparently.
Yeah.
But this one's very straightforward. Peanut butter is in ice cream all the time, but you get just regular vanilla ice cream. You mix some regular creamy peanut butter in there, and it's a lot like a malt, because it gives it a much thicker texture while still feeling like a peanut butter flavored ice cream completely. Because that's the thing you don't get a lot, is all the ice cream is peanut butter flavored. You get a vanilla ice cream that has like some peanut butter cups in it, sure, whatever. But give me all that peanut butter in there. It's great. I don't know why, but it really hits the spot. If I were you, I'd do that.
Put peanut butter in ice cream.
Put peanut butter in ice cream.
If I were you, I would go to the Hypotheticast fan collaboratory and find a video that our fan Beth Weedman posted.
Yes.
It's a recipe for hot dog pie, which is more of a hot eat than a cool treat, but I'll allow it. I don't know if I'm
journey.
going to say anything else about what hot dog pie is. Just go watch the video. You'll feel every emotion.
Is hot dog pie the name of one of the little rascals?
It's the name of two of them.
Oh, hot dog and pie.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
hot and dog pie.
Yeah, there was one
Yeah.
named Hot and one named
Yeah.
Dog Pie.
Come on,
and
Hot.
One time they fused together to become one medium rascal.
That crossover with Dragon Ball Z that they had on Little Rascals. Yeah. Medium Rascal.
Oh my God.
What's up? It's me, Medium Rascal. Thanks for coming out.
So yeah, hot dog pie. Watch the video. It'll change you.
If I were you, and I don't actually know if this is a regional thing,
Ooh.
but there are various Dairy Queens around town here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota that are just the small ones. What is the difference? There's like the ones that you can...
There's a full brazier store.
braziers, and they
Or
have
there's
like
the-
the chicken
Yeah, they
strips
can
and
make
stuff.
you chicken.
And
strip
that's
basket.
fine. But just the easier ones to locate, the little kind of, stands, essentially. A lot of them have Polish sausage
Oh,
on their hot eats menu.
Whoa.
And I have discovered over the last couple of years that on a hot day, going and getting a Polish sausage and whatever your preferred sweet treat is, it's like that perfect, like salty, summery, meaty treat with the cool treat right afterwards. It is one of the best immediate hit the spot summer snack time adventures.
Nice. Summer snack time adventure.
And I
Going
love
an
it.
adventure.
And I don't need anybody to tell me what might be in that Polish sausage or whatever. I
That's part of the
understand
fun.
that like tubed meats are gross
Yeah.
to some people, but they taste good to me, so I don't care.
You know what? We're using every part of those meats
Yeah.
when we put them in hot dogs.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's use it
We
all.
sure are.
If you would like to find us, the Hypotheticast, on the internet, you can find us on Facebook at Hypotheticast. We also have a fun fan group on Facebook called the Hypotheticast Fan Collaboratory. That's where you can see cool things like the hot dog pie video.
Do it.
You can also find us on Twitter at Hypotheticast, on Instagram at Hypotheticast_IG. You can send us a sweet email, hypotheticast@gmail.com, or go to our website, hypotheticast.club, all places where you can just learn more about us and get more content, or reach out and say hello and give us your thoughts.
Yeah, once you've said hello to us, say hello to your friends and then tell them about the Hypotheticast so that they can know about us. And also leave us a review on iTunes or any podcast app, because that is something that we like for you to do. It helps people find us. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you to Jane James and the Hunger for the song Killin' It. That's from their album Raw, and we use it as our theme song, and we really like it. Thank you also to Christian Hagen for the logo that we really like equally as much as we like the theme song. No more, no less. Thank you to the listeners for submitting a bunch of questions, for listening to the show, because that's what it's for, is for listening, and you do that, so we love that. And thank you for really just keeping it cool. This hot summertime season, you're really helping.
With the temperature.
Yeah, you're helping with the temperature specifically, and we thank you for your service.
We kind of let you hang out there.
Yeah, no, that's
on your
fine.
own,
No,
David.
I think
Sorry about that.
that's for the best. You just got to let it dangle. That's not something. We have one more segment.
Yeah, we do.
It's called No Questions Asked, and I have one for you, but then you get to ask no follow-up questions. Emily Allgeier asks, would you rather have a giant self-regenerating sundae that you could also sled and ski on, or cure malaria?
Oh, jeez.
Cure malaria.
Malaria.
Skiing. I want to ski on ice cream.
We have fun.
Thanks.
Since we already cured malaria, you can
Yeah,
do
I
it without a
guess you
guilty
get to pick
conscience.
that.
Yeah, one of you was redundant.
Oh,
Too bad I answered first. No,
we
I
can't talk
should've
about it.
waited.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
I'm marching, marching, 'cause I'm killing it. I'm killing it. I'm killing it. I'm killing it.
But yeah, that fudgy crunchy layer. They should just make treats at Dairy Queen that are just
Isn't that what the treats of pizza is?
No, that has the cookie crunchy layer as the crust.
There's not a fudgy part?
No.
Isn't that what Fudgy the Whale is?
Fudgy the Whale is naughty list number 6.
I
I
don't-
hate that whale.
I
I've never
know
been to Carvel.
immediately that it's a gross thing that I don't know anything about or want to know
We've
anything
talked about Fudgy on this podcast.
I know.
Yeah, it's nasty.
We're going on a road trip.
For older boys
We're gonna-
only.
We're going to try out Fudgy the Whale.
I don't think I want to try him out.
I'm going to bring him here then.
Yeah, bring him on the show.
Yeah,
we want
okay.
fudgy guest.
I want to know.